How did I become a coach? So this video is gonna be a little bit about my journey, but don't get me wrong, my journey can inspire yours. And not to become a coach, maybe that is not your journey, maybe that is not your path, but to fulfill a goal, to fulfill a calling that you have in your heart. All right. So this is what this video will be about. My name is Dr. Derek Israel, and if you have been seeing my content on YouTube, well, good news for both of us, and is that I'm gonna start sharing and developing and creating content that is a little bit longer in the format. Before this video, I only uploaded 1 minute videos, YouTube shorts and stuff like that. But now I'm gonna be starting doing this type of videos that is a little bit longer, maybe 10 to 15, 20 minutes. And very soon I will be sharing my new podcast that is gonna be, I don't have any name yet, but it's gonna be a podcast directed to coaching you for free. It's gonna be a resource for you to develop exponentially and in a very short format as well. So it's gonna be very practical, very direct. No woo-woo, no losing time, no procrastination, no drama. And yes, that are my plans for now in this brand. And in this video, I will be talking about, as I said, how I became a coach. And then in this video also, you will get to know me a little bit better, because yes, you have been watching me maybe for a couple of months here on YouTube, but I never talk about myself, right? I talk about you. I talk about your goals. I talk about resources, strategies, mindset, spiritual capacities, sexual strategies, secrets about love and about philosophy and about personal development in general. But I never speak about myself, so maybe this will be a good introduction. So my name, as I said, is Dr. Derek Israel. I'm a clinical psychologist, is one of my professions. I am licensed in the state of Puerto Rico. And also the other profession that I am conducting ferociously and determined in this moment of my life is a life coach. Okay, I'm a life coach, certified life coach. So I have been in this business of coaching for 7 years now, mostly on Hispanic countries, Latin, Hispanics, Spanish speaking countries, in which I already developed a good brand. I have a lot of fans there, a lot of students, a lot of clients. It's a mature business. But then I realized, what is personal development? Well, personal development is about growing, it's about expanding, it's about reaching new capacities, new horizons. So I knew that one of my zones of proximal development, as Vygotsky, a famous psychologist, used to call this, was to basically expand my brand to a bilingual capacity, right? So at first, what I tried to do, and notice, progress is always an iteration. You try this, you fail, you try this other way, more intelligently, with more input, and the output is better, and you try, and that is the process of growth. So what I tried first, it was to mixing my Hispanic brand, my Spanish brand, with the English one, and didn't work at all. Maybe for other coaches, creators, influencers, people that are active in social, maybe that works for them. I see, bilingual people doing just fine. My audience on Spanish, they didn't respond too well, and the content was not for them. The content was for targeting a new audience, English speaking in the United States, but in the whole world as well, because this is the primary language of the whole world, at least in 2023. We don't know where we're going now, right? A lot of changes socially, globally, stuff like that. But so I tried, and the Spanish community that I already had didn't respond too well, and also I was not getting the target audience. I was not reaching English people because the algorithms of my social media that were very matured, because 7 years is a lot of data for an algorithm, they were exposing my English content to Spanish people or to Spanish speaking people, and it was not worth it. So what I decided to do is to create a second brand. It was a tough choice though, because the ego was so crystallized with my comfort zone and doing a new stuff, doing a new brand, starting on zero in a new language, that I can, that I may face, and I had faced criticism and hate and racism and all the bad stuff. It was a tough decision, but I said I will do it. And I have taught you guys in a couple of my videos that you don't say I may be doing this or I want to do it. Not. I said I will, and I did, and here I am. A couple of months later, I'm pretty proud of what I have been doing. I am learning, I am progressing, I'm growing. I'm a bridge and not an end, so I am a process, as Friedrich Nietzsche used to say. So yes, that's the story of how I basically created this channel and my brand on English. But what I decided to do in this brand, something that was very peculiar and is different in comparison with my Spanish brand, is that I will focus on coaching in this brand. In the other brand, I'm more holistic. I go a lot to spirituality. I go a lot about psychology. I go about a lot about, reflections, introspection, meditation. And I kind of do this because if you kind of watch my content, it's very holistic. I am not the typical coach that is gonna say, oh, you need to do this goal and you need to do the mindset. No, I always bring to the table sexuality and philosophy and psychology, and I try to be very holistic on my approach because we are a multidimensional being, and a multidimensional being needs a multidimensional methodology and approach, right? So I try to do that in this brand, but it's more focused on coaching, in the coaching technology for personal growth, success, and achievement, and happiness. So that has been my strategy. But I'm pretty proud of that because back in the day, I didn't know exactly how to be a coach, right? Or how to be a specific coach, or how to bring the message in a way that is so precise and so directed and so channeled in one technology. Because as I said, I was so lost in different realms of personal development and different type of waters that it was for me difficult to be definitive, right? And this brand gave me the opportunity to be more definitive. So let me give you a little bit of the story of how I became a coach in the first place. So everything started like 8 years ago. 8 years ago, I was a young man. I'm still young, but I was very young. Like I was, I don't know, maybe 20 years old, and I realized I have this vision, I have this calling in my heart that I wanted to help people to become the best version of themselves, to help and to design and to lead proactively a new generation collectively, to become better humans, to become a better society, starting by the individual sense, starting by the self-engineering, starting by the self-growth, and then that extrapolates and permeates social structures, institutions, marketing, sales, politics, religion, idealism, everything, right? So that occurred to me, and I believe it so much. It was such a calling that I decided 1 year later to start my brand, and I started motivating people on Spanish, right? And I did my YouTube channel, I did my Facebook, my Instagram, no website, nothing. It didn't have a lot of commercial structures. I was a student. I was graduating from my bachelor on general psychology, and I was about to jump to a doctoral degree that it was combined with a master degree on clinical psychology. So I was pretty much an amateur. I didn't know about sales. I didn't know a lot about marketing. Yes, I took some courses on marketing online, and I read some books, and I was seduced by the idea of being an entrepreneur, of having my own business and being my own boss. And yes, I was seduced by those ideas, but I didn't know how to apply it. I didn't know how to bring that into the pragmatical reality. So I just jumped and I started doing videos and blah blah blah. It was a tough journey at first. I became popular in my country, and what I was doing, it was coaching, right? But I was not officially a coach. I was not certified. I didn't know exactly what is the coaching technology, but I was doing coaching because this is the thing. To be a coach, you don't need to be certified, right? Right now, 2023 is not a demand. You can be a coach if you say that you're a coach. Now, that doesn't is gonna make you a good coach or an effective coach to your clients, and more importantly to yourself, because you coach yourself to greatness, and that's how you can coach others to greatness, right? So I was already a coach, and people said, "Hey, you're my coach, you're my philosopher, you're my inspiration." And I was doing motivational videos, but I didn't know exactly how to coach officially. Like, I was like a natural coach, can you say? It was natural for me. I'm an inspired individual. I bring a lot of enthusiasm to the game. I bring a lot of energy. This is my natural state. I'm not faking this for the camera. I don't care about the camera. I can turn on this camera and I'm gonna be with my wife and with my daughter, and I'm gonna be like this. I will sit like this and I will watch television, and I will coach my 4-year-old daughter to be the greatest version of themselves, and my wife will be like, "Derek, please stop coaching," and I will coach her as well. This is my personality, right? I am not faking this. This is who I am at my core. So I was already kind of a coach, but not officially certified, business oriented, with clients, with money flowing type of coach, right? So that was the journey. So I spent in that type of stage maybe 5 years. Now, not all the 5 years I was without, commercial structures and functionalities and features. I started becoming a better entrepreneur. Before I became a coach, I started becoming a better entrepreneur and a better psychologist, because I was a psychology student and I started seeing patients in my practice as a student, supervised and stuff like that. So everything was happening at the same time. So I learned about business plans. I went deep to marketing. I went deep to sales. And I started doing courses, and I started doing consulting services, and I started doing a lot of conferences. I was invited to the best universities, businesses, private businesses, schools on Puerto Rico to give speeches, conferences. I became pretty popular, not only in Puerto Rico, but in Latin America, Spanish country as well, Spain. And so I was getting my business momentum, but then I graduated from clinical psychologist. I was ready to become a full licensed psychologist. That was my next step, but I knew that before that I need to become a coach. I needed to become officially a coach because I want to coach people. And then I started realizing that there is a abysmal, and I know that that word is not pronounced like that, but I will pronounce it as well, as I will pronounce it anyways like that. Abysmal. There is a huge difference between psychology and coaching, right? And although they are similar, they are like sisters, like psychiatry, psychology, and coaching. They work perfectly in synergy, and but they are different industries and different technologies of personal development. And what I realize is that, yes, I know how to be a psychologist, uh, but now I need to know how to be a coach, right? So what I did is that I decided to getting certified as a coach. So I did that. It was an awesome experience. I learned so much, and the most beautiful things, or one of the most beautiful things that I learned in this journey about becoming officially a coach, is that I learned about the importance of self-coaching, because I cannot coach my client optimally if my mindset is not hacked. If I didn't coach the hell out of my spirit when I'm with a client, when I'm with a human being that is pushing for greatness. So for me, it was a game changer because I already practiced personal development, yoga. I went to India. I studied with gurus. I already practiced Kundalini, meditation, a lot of different personal development technologies. But I didn't practice self coaching, right, as a technology. And once I start doing that, the whole level of my output, of my demeanor, my presentation, my projection, my canalization of the energy, everything changed. My mindset, my vision, my effectiveness, my communication. And I became who I am. And I'm still a process, as I said. I'm not work done. I'm still growing, learning, coaching myself, learning up from feedback and stuff like that. So then, when I became a coach, I started seeing my first clients in Hispanic communities, and everything went good. And I love it, love it, love it. Then I became licensed. I became licensed for clinical psychology in Puerto Rico, and now I am in this position in which I can do both, or I can do one. And in this moment of my life, I decided to be only a coach because with the people that I want to work right now is people that want to have an optimal life, right? And sometimes when you're a clinical psychologist, you are working with individuals that is not their goal. Their goal may be, for example, to reduce symptoms, to learn how to cope with their diagnoses, right? Mental health problems, psychopathology, stuff like that. People that want to have a more neutral lifestyle. They don't want something big. They don't want something extraordinary. Not all of them. Some of them want, but I'm talking about, half of half. Like in my experience, half of the people, they don't want to change the world when they go to a psychologist. They just want to learn how to cope better with their life, and that's it. And they're good with that. They are good with a neutral life, and that's good for them. That is good for psychologists to help people to do that. That is their goal. That is the psychotherapeutic goal. And really, psychology is not a good science and art, because it's both. But it's not that good science and art for actualizing people, for bringing people to self-actualization. We don't have a lot of models to do that, right? We have a lot of models to make someone that is struggling to be healthy. That is clinical psychology. Someone is struggling, now they need to be healthy and functional, right? And then when they are healthy and functional, they can go to another provider, in this case, a life coach, a professional coach, to make that neutral lifestyle they have now, that healthy, normal lifestyle, and bring that to a level of self-actualization, of greatness. And that is what I am most passionate about. And it was a self-discovery process. I didn't know this, right? I didn't know this until I realized, until I became both psychologist and coach. And I said, I am more inclined to coaching in this stage of my life. That doesn't mean that tomorrow I may, start working a lot with clients on psychology. I may do it. I can do it. I have all the credits to do it. But in this stage of my life, because I'm a changing human being, I'm more focused on transforming people or guiding them for the self-transformation that coaching can provide. And that is the journey of how I became a coach. And not only I told you that, I told you also how I became a coach in your social media, in the English world. And I hope that this video inspired you in a way to for a couple of things that you can take about this video. The first thing is that, hey, if you have a calling, pursue it. You will not know exactly what you are doing until you know, right? I didn't know how to coach, but I was already coaching. Now I know how to coach, I'm still coaching. Better, more effectively, yes, with a more commercial structure, perfect. A self-sustainable business, okay. But that was not needed in the beginning. That has been a journey. Also, understand, it's a discovery journey. So in your journey to realizing your goals, you will learn stuff about yourself. And sometimes the path that you thought that it was gonna be huge for you, it is not that huge, and vice versa. So learn to be adaptable, flexible, self-compassionate in your own journey. And once you understand what is your values and your integrity, the last nugget, the last treasure, the last gold nugget that you can bring home about this conversation is that you need to go all in, baby. You need to go all in to fulfill that passion, to impregnate the world with your passion, with your drive, with your service, to leave this world better once you're out, because that is what it's all about. Oh, that is a rhyme, like, right? What is that? What was that? That is what it's all about. I forget the rhyme. Anyways, my name is Dr. Derek Israel. If you enjoyed this video, just click like, share a comment, please. Share this with a friend. And if you're exploring, maybe working with a coach to expand some capacities of your life, success, business, mindset, spirituality, to become one with a partner, to find a good partner, to dominate your emotions, emotional mastery, or whatever other area that you may think that a good coach can have an effect, hey, just click the description of this video. There is a link to apply for a free orientation with me. And let's see if we can work together for your success and your greatness. That's what I do. Not for living, but for breathing. That is my life purpose. Bye-bye, babe. See you in the next one.